When I think of other modes of listening, I don't immediately understand this to mean interpreting a sonic experience through critical, discriminative, sympathetic, or informational listening. Rather, my initial interpretation would define other modes of listening as a sensory experience. The physical effect that sound can have on our body, the vibrations we feel or touch, and perhaps a visual experience too. After reading The Sonic Color Line, Stover focuses on reinforcing ideas of the relationship between race and sound, and quotes how race has been constructed from sound and maintained through the listening ear. Her work and understandings typically center around African American studies and the American media's interpretation or misinterpretation towards race. Stover's work aims to reveal and expose a plethora of racially driven oral depictions, and part of this is achieved by defining the listening ear. What I understand this to mean is that the West has always controlled the palatability of native or indigenous sounds and music. It must be accepted by Western culture in order to appear appealing. There is evidently a selective process when it comes to what is acceptable and what isn't. The same people that shame the native man's music are those whose prized possessions are cultural artifacts. An interesting example that falls into a grey zone is Christian Marclay's work, Guitar Drag, an extremely political piece that is said to comment on the death of an African American man that was murdered by 3 white supremacists. Marclay's interpretation sports an electric guitar strapped to the back of a ute facing up that has been plugged into an amplifier. Here he recreates the death of James Byrd Jr. Marclay's mode of listening centers itself around political, historical, discriminative, and racial vilification. The sonic experience is altered when we understand its intent. We reinterpret the screeching screams of the strings. We reimagine a body in place of a guitar. A brutally poignant recreation of events that was reconceived through a white man's eyes. So is it fair that this man's story is being told by Markley? The story of an oppressed race whose oppression is a result of the West. Personally, this grey zone places Guitar Drag in limbo. Does it delve into deeper ideas regarding cultural appropriation? Or is it a platform for the voiceless? So then what purpose does Markley's work serve when the sound has been removed? Is it viewed as nothing more than a comment on rock and roll tropes? While I understand the significance of the piece, I wonder whose place it is to retell this story. While it provides a voice, some may say it's the wrong one.